When I was learning Spanish, I hit this inflection point, or I guess you could say at this point in my journey in which my progress really started to, I would say, begin. Before this point, I was kind of floundering because just like many people, I assumed that the way to learn a language is how they teach you how to learn a language in high school, where, you just learn specific grammar rules, vocab words, and you try to consciously construct sentences in your head using that information, and you try to understand content coming to you using that information, breaking all the sentences down as if they're math equations. And I guess when I was starting to actually learn Spanish, I got kind of overwhelmed because if you think about how that method would scale, you eventually come to the conclusion of how could I possibly consciously memorize all of these rules and all of this crap? But the reality is, you don't learn a language the way we were taught to learn a language. All of us have actually learned a language, our native language. The way you're going to learn your second language is the exact same way you learned your native language. A lot of people have this idea, this weird myth that, well, children learn languages in some magical way, some fairy tale magical way, but adults, we can't do that. It doesn't work for us. And it's not true. What language learning really is pattern recognition. And if you give a child enough input of the language at a level they understand, eventually, through pattern recognition, they'll begin to understand messages just based on the sounds they were hearing and what those sounds meant when they heard them.